Hey, this is Kimberlissimo. Welcome to Nature Connected. And today we are filling up with the gold, filling up with the sun. I am wearing a lion. This is my birth sign. It is my birthday this month, and the lion represents the light. The lion represents being under the sun, filling up with the sun. And so a lion is a great symbol, for this new time. Hi, everyone. And if we can use the lion as a symbol in this time, then we can move forward, focused on the light, filling up with the light. So in nature, everything grows to the light. In nature, the trees, the flowers, the plants, you may hear people in the background kind of jogging by, they grow up toward the light. But in our nature, kind of in human nature, whatever you place your attention to, your energy goes. So what is your attention on? A lot of times our attention is on other people or another political party or seeing somebody as the opposite. And when we place our attention there, our energy goes there. And when it does, we start to grow sideways. We are not following nature's laws, but instead of growing up toward the light, being under the sun, the Leo is the sun, we start to entangle then with people around us. And when we're entangled, we see them as they need to change, that there is something within their character that they have to change. And when we focus on what is wrong, what holes they have, then we start to try to protect our kingdom. And the lion is about owning your kingdom, being in your kingdom. And it is natural for us to want to look at kind of the surrounding environment. Like if you can imagine you are a lion and you're just looking at the desert or just out in, Africa, out in nature, kind of what is the prey. If you're the lion, not much can, attack you. But if you are a gazelle or something like that, then you're always in that fight or flight. You're always looking to see, what is going to attack you. And you have to be on high alert. Well, for us in this time of chaos, most of us are on high alert. We're not necessarily, maybe we're being attacked verbally. Maybe, yes, and also physically. And threats. However, it's like we are not in a war, we are, here. There is a lot of emotion, a lot of chaos. So what happens with that chaos, we'll tend to pull up our ground. We'll start to focus our attention on the threat outside of us. And this is animalistic kind of behavior. This is that reptilian brain. It's very natural to focus on the threats in the environment. And we've all grown up kind of in an environment with certain types of threats. And when those threats are present, our attention focuses on those. That way, we think we can protect ourselves. If we can monitor the environment like a surveillance camera, we're trying to ensure that we can be safe and secure. However, what ends up happening then is whatever you're focused on, kind of the threat, or kind of the person that it's attacking you, you're unsure what move that they're going to make because they are so chaotic. Maybe they're not a grounded parent. And so one minute they're saying, I love you, the next minute you get a slap. And if this is the kind of environment that you're in, walking on eggshells, not sure how to respond, to react, destabilizing, you are living in survival. And so that allows our attention to keep focused on the horizontal world, what threats are happening. But when we do that, what happens is we fill up with the energy that we are seeing as the problem. Just like in our political situation. If you are left, if you are right, you see the other party as the issue, as the problem, and you're focusing on them. And what ends up happening, have you ever heard when people talk and they're so outraged with the other party and so just furious and chaotic. It's because their attention has gone to them, to that other party. And then they think that the other party is the issue to all of their problems. And what happens is, when you lock in, it's kind of like a lion locking in on its prey. You're going to kill that deer, or that, not a deer, but a gazelle. And when the lion locks on, that's all it's thinking about. It's like, it's obsessed with it. It is going to eat it. And in a way, that's kind of what we do with our attention. When our attention is on something that we think is a threat, someone we believe is doing something wrong, something that we can't stand. A client of mine was just telling me yesterday, in a simple conversation politically, somebody had made one comment, and my client just couldn't stop. He just kept going on and on and on. And it's just like, tearing the deer apart. And in a way, that happens because, his pictures are when he grew up, he wasn't heard. And every time he expressed himself, he wasn't seen or he wasn't validated. So if you're not seen or validated, you continue to create and continue with the argument, thinking that you're going to be heard, thinking that people are going to see your side. But in wanting people to see your side, it's control. It's trying to force them into a situation that maybe they're not ready to be forced into. And we are all here to have our own experience. And why the light? The Leo, the lion. The lion is about the light, connected to the sun, the light. Because when we lock on to these threats, focusing on the person that is the problem in my life, in our life, then what happens is their darkness comes into our light, and we start to down our energy. Our vibration becomes lower, and when that happens, then we start to eat more. We start to go out some kind of compensation. We have to compensate in some way. So we're going out a door of compensation. And in that door, then, we're trying to get grounded. We're trying to, get our energy back, but we can't seem to get our energy back. So today, in Nature Connected, nature is so important because when you're in nature, you can start to match the vibration of nature. And when you follow nature, what does it tell us? It tells us to connect up to the light. So just connect. Look up to the light. Instead of looking at the right or left, the political situation, well, we still have to look at the political situation, but we don't have to be overtaken by it. Start to look to the light. And when you connect up to the light, the sun above, you start to just receive the sun, fill up with the sun, and start to just focus on the breath. Filling up with the sun. When you are grounded, your roots in the earth, connecting your crown, that's the crown. When we own our crown, it means that we're connected to the sun, we are connected to God, we are connected to the light. And so, where I want you even to just entertain or just try, notice when your attention is outside of you on an irritant or what you don't like, or notice even when your attention is criticizing something within you. When we turn on ourselves, that's the worst type of kind of cruelty there is. Because when we turn on ourselves, we separate out from ourselves, focusing on if I do this better, that better. And in that disconnection, we forget who we are. We don't understand our nature. We get connected to the dark. And really, when you think about the dark is just, it was the light, but it just separated from the light. And we are all the light. So the dark is attracted to the light. I have the black, I have the lion, the dark and the light. We want the dark and the light because the two kind of unify in our heart. And when you open the heart and fill up with the gold, And I just say, fill me with the gold. Connect me with the light. And ask your angels, ask the golden angels that they fill you with the light, that they protect you, that they guide you, so that when you're filled with the light, then you can walk on your path. You know your purpose. You know what you came here to do. But in this time, we get disconnected. We forget. We're focused on something outside of ourselves. And whatever you focus on, you have an exchange of energy with that person, with an object, with the environment, with the television. Have you ever seen someone starting to watch TV, watching the news all day, and they're filled with toxic energy? So that's the horizontal world, living in the horizontal world. So just fill up with the light. Fill up with the golden sun. The gold, the light is here for everyone. And when you look at nature, nature is the greatest reflection of our own nature. So fill up with the gold. And filling up is so important because we can only create with the amount of energy that we have in our space. And most of us, when our attention is outward, we absorb other people's energy within our field, within our space. And then we start to fill off. We start to, things don't work. You know, if you are not on your path, your life won't work. There will be blocks and stops. And so it's kind of the universe's way and God's way of saying, you know, you need to let go. You need to let go of what energy isn't yours. And so as you start to fill up with the gold, imagine it's liquid gold. It melts away all the darkness. The darkness can't sustain in the light. And just feel that gold coming down in your crown so that you own your space. Owning your crown kind of with the gold means that you don't bow your crown to anyone. It's like the king of the jungle, that you own kind of the space you stand on, that you own your bubble, your sphere, your biofield, that you're owning kind of your truth, what you came here to do, that you own the clarity. It's kind of like this lion, the blue eyes of the lion, that the clarity of what you see, and with clarity that you can move forward. But we all kind of lose our path along the way. And so a simple few steps, turn your attention inward. When you turn your attention inward, it's like awareness and attention direct our energy. And like the flashlight, you turn your attention into your heart. When you move it back there, you find your space. When you move it into the heart, it creates a bubble, a circle. The heart creates in a circle. It creates your field. It defines your space around you. So just place your light, your awareness in your heart, in the diamond of your heart. And as you ask, fill me up with the gold. Just to allow the light. You don't need to do anything. The light just fills you up. It moves into the diamond of your heart. And this is where you place your intention. This is where we always want to keep our attention within in the diamond of the heart, because as we're looking there, kind of our awareness looking there, we then get out of duality. We get out of the back and forth game, the black and white game, the being on one side game. When you move into the heart, these unify. They make up one another. And you have to have both in order to be whole, to create from wholeness. Place your awareness, the light, within. And when you do, we are asking for the unknown to come through. Open up, and as you do, we spin. It's kind of like, imagine When you open your heart, there's like a vortex of light coming in, spinning round and round, up to the stars, up to the light, down to the ground. We open the space. We fill our space with love, light, and grace. And by continually looking within, in this time of chaos, this is where inner well-being is. This is where the unknown comes in and comes through. This month, especially from last night's full moon, that we are looking for, we aren't even looking, we're just looking here, and what will appear are new answers, a new way of being, a new way of living. It's like a circular space, no more duality. So our new reality is no more duality. That by being the diamond being, you are a being of light. So we use nature, because nature, you go out in nature, and just by walking, I was mountain biking, I mountain biked out here, you're just starting to be in the sun, in the flow, connected to our light. And then the expression of what is coming through, it just comes through you. You don't need to even think, what am I going to do? You're just right here. And thank you for being right here, right now, placing that light within you. Within my light, I see your light. And when you focus on your light, you see my light. And that we are all connected and beings of light. So this month, really focus on the light, focus on the lion. As a lot of higher information is going to be coming in and through, but you must focus on that light, because if you get into the horizontal, you'll be swept away. And that's okay, because you can just focus on the light, fill up, renew, and just be the lion right now, looking out in kind of let me just show you what I'm looking at, because it's so beautiful. Here is kind of the mountain. Let's see if I can move this. I don't know if you can see. You know, this thing wants to continually look at me. So here's the mountain behind me. And and look at this valley with the colors of green and blue. And just imagine that you're a lion, just relaxing, resting. Lions sleep a lot of the days. And in this time, if you are overwhelmed, sleeping is a wonderful way to update, to integrate. And when you're calm and just being with the mane, knowing that the information comes in and through, then you are the king and queen of your jungle. And then you're not in survival. You're not like an antelope that is, flinches at every move. So be the lion. Be courage. Be the light. The lion is here to guide us. The lion represents success, power, and strength. Use that energy within you, within your heart, to be that. So much love to you. And on Thursday, I am doing the Nature Connected at 1 o'clock. Have an amazing day. Let me know how it is. In this time, you have to move with courage. You have to confront whatever, backspace pictures are coming up for you. And you must move toward the light and trust that everything and things are falling apart for people. Let them fall apart. Trust that on your path, something new, or even the people around you, will show up in a new way. Let them follow your light. Do not move into their darkness, because if you do, you will be overtaken by it. And so, all you lions, let's roar! Roar! Sending my love. Love you guys. Hi, Sylvia. Love you. All right. Thank you.